tutors at Leeds Met were really cool and really helpful. Andrew Fryer and Carl Flattery, I remember them sort of helping us with our modules, especially on the songwriting side. Because when you're young and you're making music, and I think you lack experience of how to draft songs, and you get caught in your music, and it's just really good to have an objective opinion from professionals. So yeah, it was a really helpful thing, really.
And yeah, I remember Steve Parker being a big influence as well. He was a big help for me. I remember having a few hard times while I was up here, and yeah, he was a massive help for me.
Yeah,
so.
these mixing desks can get daunting sometimes.
Yeah.
Before I went to Leeds Met, I kind of thought it was only writing and producing, and that was all I wanted to do. But I discovered things like live sound. I discovered things like music to picture. And I just think, yeah, I took that away from the uni.
I think the facilities here as well.
Yeah.
Sort of next to none, I think, in terms of universities. So we spend a lot of time in the studios and making the most out of
getting my head around these big mixing desks.
Yeah. I think sort of looking back at the course that we studied, being in the music industry now, you sort of remember things that you learned on the course.
Yeah, the little things pop up here and there.
Yeah, oh, I remember that, and just little different things like, for example, our publishing, and it sort of gave us the insight to our publishing and gave us a bit more knowledge about some of the things that we have to deal with now. So.
The mobile nomination and this year getting a #1 in our own country was just unreal. We've had the most amazing year. We've also had not top 3 in Australia, Holland, Belgium. It's been quite crazy, and we've been travelling around to all these places. It's definitely changed our lives and for the good, because we've managed to sort of do full time now, our dream job. And yeah, the feeling was just excitement. It kind of only really sinking in now, I think, because everything happened so fast over a couple months that we kind of we had like DJ sets every day and then a live show, and we just had to go and do things. If you don't get time to think about it, I think,
I don't think it ever feels like you've made it.
No,
it doesn't feel like that. I don't think it ever will in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, because
it's a weird feeling.
Yeah, it is. I think it's quite inspiring because you start thinking about other things. You start looking at other bands. And you start thinking about Glastonbury and like, oh my god, in a couple of years' time, imagine if we, headline Glastonbury. And then there's bigger dreams. You just start moulding this whole picture in your head.
As soon as you got that first single, you're thinking about the next one, and when you got the next one, you think about the album, and then you think about the second album, and it's just constantly thinking about what we can do
and
next.
worrying. There's lots of worrying about whether the second single is going to do well or not.
One of our favourite modules is the music industry module, where we got the chance to remix a song, and it was for iMonster, a song called Sucker for Your Sound. And I remember really getting into that and sort of getting carried away with it. And then I think that was one of the highlights of the course for me, because that's what we love doing, basically.
Yeah, it kind of gave us a buzz for getting vocals from another artist and manipulating it in your own way. And obviously it's evolved from then. And when we left uni, we went and networked and tried to get as many remixes as possible, which has kind of helped us get to where we were.
Not Giving In is out on Sunday, so we're really excited to see how that does.
Yeah.
The response has been really good so far from Radio 1 and from the public. So.
Yeah. And the video, obviously, is really cool. Shot in Manila in the Philippines. It's just, we can't wait. And so we're also working on an album that's due for release in the end of February. So we're really excited about that. It's not just going to be soul D&B. It's going to be quite eclectic. We're working with lots of different artists, up and coming artists, and some other collaborations. So yeah, it's going to be a exciting start to next year.